What's up, y'all? It's your boy JTMM, aka JustTenMoreMinutes, aka the Freakin 10. Back again. Here we are on Thursday. You know what that means? We're diving more into the warning, and now we've gone into escape the mind, and literally now we will escape the mind. You know, this is one, when I think about the title, Escape the Mind, that I'm curious to see the path, right? If we look at Take Me Down, you know, or Eternal Love, or any of the songs that we've covered by them, even through Queen of the Murder Scene, they bring such a unique take on it. So when I see the title Escape the Mind, you know, for me, if someone says, hey, I want you to go write a song talking about, and I've got this title, it's Escape the Mind, I'm like, okay. To me, the first thought that comes is, how do I get out of my own head, right? How do I change how I look at things? So I'm curious to see. Now, that's a 45-year-old thinking about this. Now you're talking about a child. That's the perspective that always just blows my mind. Not in the sense of them putting limitations on themselves, but escaping their own minds and looking at things differently. And I think that foreshadows at the time, obviously, the great things that they're going to go on to accomplish, not just that they have now, but also in the future, you know, past 2022 and beyond. So I'm really interested to see where this goes. So let's check it out and see.
I can't break down the boundaries, can't put the past behind me. I just can't believe that you can break the cage, destroy the chains, escape the mind.
Okay, that makes sense. Interesting. I go back to the aged concept. Now, again, let be realistic. Are these complex lyrics in the sense of the words they're using? No. But I wouldn't put that expectation on them at that age, right? But with that being said, the lyrics, if you truly listen to them, right? Now the music is a whole nother level. That just blows my freaking mind. I can't break down the boundaries, can't put the past behind me. I just can't believe that you can break the cage, destroy the chains, escape the mind. That's brilliant in the sense because it's 100% true, right? We all get in our own heads. We can't fathom breaking free of some of our thoughts and our limitations because of whether it's past, you know, as she says, right? You can't put the past behind you. Some people can't put the past behind them and move forward because they feel like that's a limit of theirs. Where that boggles my mind is her age thinking of this, and this is what separates them. At that age, I mean, I know what I was doing at that age, right? I always joke about, walking around or just, playing with toys or something. But in all honesty, at this age, I was playing tennis heavily. I was, doing things that normal kids do, in the sense I was playing tennis tournaments and stuff like that. I was a huge tennis player, not literally huge. I got bigger later in life. But at this age, and yes, that was a joke. I have no problem with myself. But in all honesty, when I think about the hard work and effort they put into that, just like I did at that age with tennis, the payoff is there, right? It still just boggles my mind from a thought process of how in depth they go into the human psyche at this age to be able to pull this stuff out. Here in this place, love is a maze, so it's just better to be alone. Here in this place, nobody shows their face. Fear has reigned control over us. We live in a cage, but I'm going to escape today. I'm breaking down the boundaries, putting the past behind me. I'm stepping over the debris. I can finally breathe. I can see I am free. I've escaped the mind. Now, I said this about the past 3 songs, and I'll probably re-emphasize this on every song. You give this to any star during that time, and it is a hit. Why? Because the topics that it's talking about still apply today. If someone was to take this song, right? If they were to take this song and re-record it, and it got into the hands of, or I shouldn't say get on the hands, but into the heads of movie producers, right? Think about what that could be applied to from a movie perspective, from a motivational. The first thing, you think about is, you think about a competitive sport, and breaking those chains, and in your mind of you can't do it. You could apply to motivational speaking at events where people, are talking about mental health and things like this, because this plays a huge part in it. That's the level of their songwriting at the time, right? And it's only going to get better, as we all know. That's the brilliance. That's the part that still boggles my mind. And again, not that kids can't do it. Kids amaze us all the time. I got 3 of them. It's more of just how in touch with the psyche they are. That's just the amazing part of it. And then putting it to this type of music. Touching on the music, holy crap. This whole composition is amazing. Enough babbling. Let's keep going.
Here in this place, everything is fake. Nothing will ever change. Here in this place, we're just pawns in a game. All we'll ever do is play. I won't stay here. I'm going to overcome my fears.
That's brilliant. It's interesting they went to the higher notes at the end. There's a YouTuber, his name is Frank Tedesco, and he basically, it's not perfect pitch, it's relative pitch, where he can basically listen to a song, understand based on musical theory how to duplicate it, and then so he plays song request, and it's always interesting to watch the psychological part of it, where he'll take a song that people have asked him to play, and towards the end he'll put it in a higher pitch and a softer, and the reactions of the people listening to that every single freaking time that he does it, people are like, it's amazing to watch what music does to people psychologically. If you've ever watched any musical things where people do stuff like that, it's amazing if you watch the psychology of it. You know, again, here in this place, everything is fake. Nothing will ever change. Here in this place, we're just pawns in a game. All we ever do is play. I won't stay here. I'm going to overcome my fears. I'm breaking down the boundaries, putting the past behind me. I'm stepping over the debris. I can finally breathe. I can see I am free. I've escaped the mind. Excuse me. And then they repeat that. Now, when I talk about lyrics as a lyricist, there's songs out there that tell great stories, and there's songs that are motivational. You know, and I don't know the name of the song because I don't think it's Halo. But it might be. That's the kind of level of writing that I see this song being at from a motivational standpoint. I kid you not. I think if they re-recorded this today and put that out there, it is a number one. And I know I say that about a lot of songs, but when you think about as a songwriter, I look at number ones, right? I've across a lot of the genres, as far as like mainstream, whenever it plays on the radio, I'm listening to the lyrics, where, you know, some people are more in tune to the music or the beat. I'm listening to the story. And that's, to me, that's when I compare these things, there's a lot of things I look at. And I said this before, I think on Queen of the Murder Scene. Do I think that Queen of the Murder Scene would be, no, I said it in the comments actually. Do I think that Queen of the Murder Scene would be number one hits? No. Because it's an overall story, right? So if you play one song at a time, sorry about that, unless you're going through and listening to each one and understand the background, you may not connect with the song. This, on the other hand, are ones that everybody can connect to. Why? Because it's written from a perspective of a child looking at the outside world, and that's hard for people to understand. But really, if you think about it at its simplest, they are children writing, and children put things across differently than adults do, because adults tend to overcomplicate things, right? We do. Where a child just has this brain of, I see this, this is what it means. An adult says, I see this, so it must mean this, 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 and this, or it could mean this, this, and this, right? So for them to have this at that age and be able to translate it into those lyrics, that's the part where I think these truly would be hits, because they put it across where everybody can understand. That's what it boils down to me from a songwriting perspective. That's the simplest way to put it. Absolutely amazing. Let me switch it up. You know, I didn't touch on the music part enough because I don't know that I can comprehend how they wrote that, right? The piano piece, and I was hearing strings, but I don't know if it was a synthesizer, but also these girls can freaking do anything. So it wouldn't shock me if they were playing true string instruments. But you know, the music itself was amazing, and it put across the emotion of the song perfectly. That's what they do. With every song, the music matches perfectly to the story they're telling. No different. You know, her vocals, I'm not going to judge her vocals a lot because she's still so young. They were great. And you could hear some of those lower tones that she started getting, um, to where what we've heard today, and just knowing what that voice is going to become, you know, you can't help but kind of smile because you kind of hear the beginnings of it when she hit that lower tone. It didn't quite have that raspiness that she has, and it puts a smile on my face because I freaking love her voice. Um, this one was great. I think Eternal Love, I do like Eternal Love better, but I go back to what I said about Pal's writing. You put this on the radio with a Taylor Swift, a Katy Perry, anybody during this time frame, and you've got a inspirational song that's, I'd even say put it up against a Halo, put it up against a Roar, put it up against anything that Demi Lovato or Selena Gomez or any of them. If they were performing this would be one of their biggest songs. I will stand by that 100%, because it's that good. Because I'm going to say something that's probably going to offend a lot of people out there that listen to those artists. But not like I care. A lot of people that listen to these mainstream artists that are so enamored by these artists and connect with these artists, their songs are simple, right? The average human's attention span is not very long, right? So you've got to be able to capture the mind and capture them in a short period of time. And that's what a lot of the artists do with this overly complex, you know, productions and all of that, is to take away and strip away what they've written about, because their lyrics are so simple, right? They're not overly complex lyrics. They can't write songs like this. They have songwriters that do that for them. Whereas The Warning, from what I've seen from Queen of the Murder Scene and from this stuff early, their lyrics come to the forefront before the music does, to distract you, right? Go look at Beyonce, go look at Katy Perry. What are their productions, right? Their productions are over the top. Why? Because the lyrics they're singing, the words they're saying are not overly complex. This shit's complex. The music accompanies it to tell the story. I may piss off mainstream media. I don't really give a rat's ass, quite honestly, because that's the truth, in my opinion. All right, enough. I've turned a 4-minute video into a 20-minute video as usual, and I've ranted and raved and showed again why I hate mainstream music. But again, when you have someone that's, you know, 10, 11 years old writing this and putting that musical score together, and it being that deeply thought into, and you think about 20 and 30-year-olds writing songs that don't compare, I rest my case. They're great. You're not. Not you as an audience, but those artists. Anyway, I freaking love y'all. Y'all, Tuesdays and Thursdays are some of my favorite days, because I get to listen to music at its purest form, right? The other days, I've got complex music with Nightwish and Sabaton. Those are deeper thinking as well, which is why I love them so much. But they do a lot of overproduction, right? And I don't mean that in a negative sense. They do it and it fits their music style. This goes back just to pure basics of music, and that's telling a story and putting not overly produced music to that to help accompany the story. And that's the key word, is accompany, right? And that's what these girls do. And that's what I love and appreciate about them. Anyway, enough from me. Y'all know I love and appreciate y'all. Every freaking one of y'all Warning Army. I'm a member of it. I freaking love these girls. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm looking at music, that's 7 years old in some cases, I think. To know what I'm working towards with not just 21st Century Blood, but even Error, excites me. Yeah. So, have a great day. I'm going to try to do a couple more. It's 5:12. I've got about 30 minutes left, and quite a bit to do as far as recording and putting the thumbnails together and all that. So, no more from me. Y'all know I love and appreciate y'all. Y'all know who I am, what I'm about. Like, subscribe, and share. I'm JTMM. I'm out.